The first rule in investment is don't lose. And the second rule in investment is don't forget the first rule, and that's all the rules there are. I mean, that if you buy things for far below what they're worth, and you buy a group of them, you basically don't lose money.
He's 95 years old, worth $140 billion. And this week, Warren Buffett quietly did something that ended a 20-year friendship. He cut the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation out of his will completely.
Two of the directors, who are my children, Howie and Susie, know of what I'm going to talk about there. The rest of them, this will come as news to. But I think it's the time has arrived.
No warning, no public fight, just gone. For 2 decades, Buffett gave that foundation billions of dollars year after year. This year, 0. Instead, his fortune is going somewhere else, somewhere much closer to home. And buried in the paperwork is a detail that connects this story to one of the most disturbing names in recent memory. Let's get into it. The math of giving away everything. On July the 14th, Buffett made it official. He will give away his entire Berkshire Hathaway stake, $140 billion, by December 31st, 2034. Not most of it, all of it. To do that, he needs to give away roughly $17 billion every single year for the next 8 years. That's more than double what he gave away last year. This week alone, he converted 8,000 of his Class A shares, each one worth about $733,000, into 12 million Class B shares, and gave nearly $6 billion away in a single transaction. Here's the detail that makes this personal. Buffett himself said it plainly. "My children are unfortunately growing older. I have every hope that the 3 of them are able to carry out the disposal of my shares by December 31st, 2034. He's racing against his own mortality, and he said so out loud in an official press release. Why Gates got cut off. For nearly 20 years, Buffett was locked into a public pledge. Back in 2006, he promised to give Berkshire shares to the Gates Foundation every single year, for as long as Bill or Melinda Gates remained active in running it. That partnership was one of the most famous in modern philanthropy. Then, cracks started showing. In 2021, Bill and Melinda Gates announced their divorce after 27 years of marriage. Buffett resigned as a trustee of the Gates Foundation just 2 months later. By 2024, he told the Wall Street Journal directly, "The Gates Foundation has no money coming after my death." He rewrote his will. His 3 children became trustees of a trust holding over 99% of his wealth. And then, this year, something else surfaced. New revelations from the Jeffrey Epstein files detailed connections between Epstein and Bill Gates, adding even more strain to a friendship that was already broken. The result? This week's $6 billion donation went to 4 foundations. All 4 are run by Buffett's own family. The Susan Thompson Buffett Foundation, named after his first wife, who passed away in 2004. The Sherwood Foundation, run by his daughter Susan. The Howard G. Buffett Foundation, run by his son Howard. And the Novo Foundation, run by his son Peter and Peter's wife. Bill Gates' name appears nowhere on that list, for the first time in 20 years. Here's why the timing of all this matters more than it seems. Buffett stepped down as CEO on January 1st, 2026, ending 60 years in charge of Berkshire. He told the press his health was in good shape. And by most accounts, that's still true. No reported dementia, no recent cardiac events. The prostate cancer he was treated for back in 2000 has never returned. He still comes into the Omaha office regularly. But Buffett is 95 years old. According to US actuarial tables, a 95-year-old man has a remaining life expectancy of about 4 to 5 years. Buffett knows those numbers better than almost anyone alive. He spent his entire career calculating risk for a living. That's exactly why he set the deadline at 2034, 8 years out, and exactly why he added the line. Of course, mortality is unpredictable. He's not planning around if something happens to him. He's planning around when. Buffett isn't just giving away his fortune. He's making a very public decision about who he trusts to carry his legacy forward and who he no longer does. $140 billion, 8 years, $0 to a foundation he supported for 2 decades. This is what happens when the world's most famous investor decides that money isn't the only thing he's leaving behind.